and welcome to another in the Ask the Data Governance Coach video series. And in today's video, I'm going to answer the question that was emailed in of where do data inputters fit into data governance? And I thought this was a really good question because in my experience, whilst data owners and data stewards are critical to the success of data governance, it's not just a small handful of people that should be doing data governance in your organization. So I always like to define roles for everybody. And I use the roles data producers and data consumers. And a data producer is what could otherwise be called as a data inputter. Now, these are quite often junior people in the organization, not always, but it is very common. And they can't own the data. They're not deciding what data we capture and how to capture it. They're just doing what they're told to do. But they need to understand that capturing that data correctly and accurately is important to the bigger picture. So I like to use the role as data producer to explain that you have to capture data in accordance with the business requirements. Now, if you've been doing data governance a while, they'll all be easily documented in a data catalog that they can go and have a look at. But quite often in the early stages, it's not there. But just having this role in place really helps with the overall data culture, the data literacy of an organization, because we can start doing briefings and communications to get everybody to understand that they have a role to play when it comes to managing our data better. Now, if we're going to make the people putting the data in have some responsibilities for that data, I think it's only fair that we also give the people who are using or consuming that data to have some responsibilities as well. I like to call this role data consumer. And equally, I'm saying that if you are using data for part of your job, you have a responsibility to make sure that the data you're using is fit for purpose. You also have a responsibility to document or say your requirements for what makes that data good enough for you to use. Now, I have worked in many organizations over the years where a consumer of the data wants to just blame the producer for doing it incorrectly. But when you actually talk to them and find out, they've never explained to the producer that it needs to be captured in a certain way. So you can see how these two roles have a huge part to play. We can't have consumers just blaming producers for doing it incorrectly if they haven't explained to them how they need that data captured. So these two roles are absolutely vital. And I think they're vital when it comes to changing the data culture and becoming some really basic data literacy or data fluency in an organization, getting people to understand that the data they're either inputting or the data they're using is valuable and needs to be managed as such. So I find these roles absolutely vital. And if you think back to the common data governance roles that everybody knows about, it's data owners and data stewards. Well, really, they're just very senior data inputters or data consumers, possibly a bit of both. So I really hope that's helped answer that question. And remember, if you've got any questions that you would like answered, just email them in to questions@nicolaaskham.com. And please, if you don't mind, help me on my mission to help as many people as possible be successful with data governance by liking and commenting on this video if you found it helpful, and possibly even sharing it on your choice of social media. Thanks so much for your help, and I hope you'll join me next time for another video.